go ahead and introduce you.
I know this man needs no introduction, so we'll go ahead and say thank you very much for him coming down. And I'm going to go ahead and pass on the mic.
Good. Thanks. Thanks, Billie Jean. And I want to thank Devin for sending me the email to be short. Now I know why, Devin. So let's see. I just realized they have folks up here in the Lincoln suite, the Lincoln up there, you guys, the cheap seats, the Bob Euchre seats up there. That's where we want to try to get back on schedule, so we're going to skip the first 7 inductees and just go to the last one here as well. Also, breakfast will be served in a few minutes, so do just feel free to stick around. I want to and I want to introduce the 2 people tonight that have not yet been introduced. And those 2 people are sitting, no, I don't know where they are. Let me get to the important stuff. When I asked about 15 minutes ago, and I thought I'd be coming up here, and this is very important, SC was up by 17 points at halftime. So that's very important. But that was when I thought I was coming up here. I hear the game's in the 4th quarter now, so is it probably still the same. And I want to thank the folks for working. The dentist did a good job, Stan Mantooth. I asked Stan, I said, Stan, you've been on the job now for a month. It's, elected position. I said, how's it going? Stan said, nobody's recalling me yet, Jack. So that's pretty good. And then I also have to be nice to the superintendent from the school district from which I graduated from, because if she ever turned against me, she'd release my transcripts and it'd be over. So Dr. Dunlap, thank you very much for being here. Jody Dunlap here in the back, a great superintendent for us. And I just, we're going to get moving here, and my whole job is to try to get us out of here before tomorrow, or they'll charge us double. But I want to thank the Reagan Library folks. First-class operation, very presidential, and they do a great job, so thank you. And of the 2 dinners going on here tonight, I'm clearly in the right place. The other dinner, as some of you may know, is the Republican National Central Committee, and they're having dinner under some little airplane that's down the street here, so I actually talked my way in the airplane earlier, so that was nice. And I want to sincerely congratulate all of the inductees. What an impressive group of people. The committee that selects, you got it right, outstanding people. And just when you think about their many, many accomplishments, it's probably a century of education, or a couple of centuries of education for their great work. I mean, when you think about their many contributions, there are many roles. My goodness, we have a school named after one of them. There are programs named after some of them. There are buildings named after some of them. The only thing they almost named after me was a toxic dump one time. And it wasn't going to be O'Connell Dump, it was going to be Dump O'Connell, so that's why I'm glad they didn't do it. But I want to thank all of the educators that are here, all the professionals, the classified personnel that are here, some of whom have already been introduced in previous roles and current roles, teachers, administrators. Just remember, we really are, as educators, it's the most important profession in our society. We're the ones that educate doctors, lawyers, business people, policy makers. Okay, sometimes we don't do a very good job. Make up your own joke. But it's really, so the first person that's going to be honored tonight, is it still tonight or is it morning? Yes, still tonight, is Dale Ackerman, and we're going to ask the person to present him, his longtime friend, Kurt Luft, is going to come up and talk about Dale. So Kurt, come on up and talk about a great educator. And get us back on schedule. Good. Thanks, man.
Good evening. When Dale asked me to speak this evening, I thought this was going to be a roast. I prepared over 1 hour's worth of insults and was looking forward to participating. Then a few days ago, Dale informed me that it wasn't a roast, but an induction ceremony for the Educators Hall of Fame. And what he meant was that he thought they were going to serve roast for dinner. Well, after a few moments, I realized that I could prepare several hours of accolades that personified Dale. Then he added, "You have only 2 minutes to speak." What could I possibly say in 2 minutes that would pay tribute to a man with such integrity, dignity, and compassion as Dale? Dale has had a distinguished career that spans over 53 years. Teacher, coach, counselor, educator. When he officially retired in 1992, he began taking interim assignments throughout the county as elementary principals, superintendent, middle school principal at a private school, and supervisor of student teachers from major universities. Today, he continues to serve as a head basketball coach at Grace Brethren High School, supervises student teachers, and teaches a graduate seminar for National University. And throughout his distinguished career, Dale is led by a basic rule that has been the foundation for all of his decisions. And while the rule is simple, the statement is powerful and has made a major impact on the lives of countless students. And that simple rule is, what's best for kids? This philosophy at times did not always endear him to principals and superintendents, because Dale wanted to know the reason behind decisions and our policies and what effect it had on kids. Would it be good for kids? Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and privilege to present my friend to this gathering, a man for all seasons, Dale Ackerman.
Use this. Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank the State Superintendent, Mr. O'Connell, Mr. Darren Parent, and all of the board members of this Hall of Fame for making this such a wonderful event. And for the honor you have bestowed upon me and the other inductees. I'm deeply honored and a little concerned by this recognition. I'm honored because the decision was made by fellow educators. And I'm a little concerned because there are so many here tonight who could and should be honored as well. I've thought long and hard about what I should say tonight, and finally realized it is all about saying thank you to the many people who have helped me down this long road called education. Some of these folks you will know, and some only I know. I'm reluctant to use names for fear that I might forget someone. I'm sure you know who you are and how much you are part of my educational journey. I have this all written down, but don't worry, it isn't long. At my age, you need to write real big and have notes so you don't forget what you were going to say. I may even need to stop and have a drink of water to ease my sinus condition, you know. As older folks sometimes have trouble with their eyes and their voice. You young folks out there, that's anyone under 70, you need to know there's a lot of brass mixed in with this golden age. First, let me start with the closest ones of all. If I get through this, I'm home free. My wife and family. They're the ones who had to encourage, push, suffer, love, and put up with me on this educational journey. I'm even going to embarrass them by asking them to stand. So, to my wife, Jan, my son, David, my daughter, Karen, her husband, Steve, and my two exceptional grandsons, Matthew and Brian, thank you. Now for some thank yous that go way back. To my parents for giving me the foundations of faith in God, hard work, honesty, and a don't back down attitude, which is sometimes mistakenly called stubborn. Usually that's by basketball officials and district administrators. To my teachers at Camas High School who saw something in me that I didn't know existed, Maybe it was because I had read almost every book in the school library, although it was kind of a small library, so it's possible. And therefore, they got me into Willamette University when my GPA wouldn't have. To my instructors at Willamette University for helping me get on the right dean's list and to develop a lifelong love of history. I started out on the wrong dean's list. I think my major was called Enjoy Life, and I got an A in it. For the principals and coaches in Chehalis, Washington, and the little logging town of Naperville, Washington, who believed that I might have the ability to teach and coach, and therefore took some chances on me. At Naperville, I was the entire social studies department, as well as the varsity football coach and the varsity basketball coach. They wanted me to coach baseball, but I told them I didn't know much about the game. So they said I didn't have to coach, but I would have to umpire all the home games. Now for some thank yous to some of the schools of Ventura County. To the principals, teachers, and coaches of Oxnard Union High School and the Canal Valley.
How you doing? Oh, great. Oh, good. Oh, absolutely.
Jack, this is my wife.
Oh, hi. How are you? A big fan of your husband? Yes. And even our football team won, right? Did that? Yeah.
We're undefeated.
See? Yeah. No, see, I follow. I
know you do.
Yeah, I really do. So, good. Thank you. Nice to come by. All right. Thank you a little bit. Hey, Coach. How you doing, fella? How are you? Huh? Good. Nice to- 2 straight years for you. Remember, we sat together last year right there. So, Coach Holly's coming too. Yeah. Okay. Oh, is it? Okay. Oh, good. Sorry.
Mingle around it. It's right outside.
Okay.
I don't know. No, that's not the big
No,
one.
that's another one.
I don't know if they have it up. Well, I chopped your head off.
Well, take care of that. Now try.
I was just kidding.
And you're the president here? Pretty good at something. They kindly let me in. Okay.
Okay. And he said, don't worry about it.
Oh, is this the line?
Later, I'm going to be naming
Yeah, I think it's
dignitaries.
good line.
And the nightmare came about because
Watch out for the
we
camera.
were supposed to have this at the front desk, and the dignitaries were supposed to come in and sign up, and everybody's a dignitary naturally, but we didn't have the paper. So if you think I should mention your name, come up to me in a little bit, and I'll mention your name too. And you can give me a resume, and I'll do the whole spiel. But I'm giving about 10 minutes later. One of the dignitaries here is going to be running off very